So I have taken a stark turn left out of my romance girl summer, and I have entered my thriller girl era. I think, to be honest with you, I don't even know. Okay, the last thriller that I read was Middle of the Night by Riley Sager, and I enjoyed it, but I didn't really read like a thriller. Like, I want heart-palpitating stories. I want stories to make me feel like, what is happening right now? And to be honest with you, there aren't a ton of books that have been able to do that. So the quest for this weekend, specifically this weekend, is to see if I can find a book that makes me feel like that. Let's go take a gander over to my thriller shelves, shall we? Okay, here are the books that I have on my thriller shelves. We are going to ignore this shelf because this is all Freida McFadden and I'm really not in the mood for Freida McFadden. We're gonna move down here to these two shelves. Possibly the Stephen King shelf. I don't really know. Now here's the thing. Everybody's been telling me to get on Lucinda Berry, but I don't have any of her books. So that'll probably be in like another reading vlog. We're just gonna go off of what I have on my shelf right now at the moment. Everybody and their mother was saying that they really liked Hidden Pictures. So I think that might be one that I choose. Oh, I didn't realize this actually had pictures in it. Crazy. And then I bought this one a while ago. It's just like it's a tiny little book, so I might read it today. But it's called If I Tell by J.W. Lynn. Have no idea, but we're picking that one. Ooh, maybe Local Woman. I don't know. I don't know how many books I'm gonna have to get. Today's Friday. It is Friday morning at like 10 a.m. And I'm just gonna go through with this video and see how many thriller books I can read until Sunday night, Sunday evening. Also, people were saying Alice Feeney is another really good thriller author. So maybe pick up Rock, Paper, Scissors, because I know everybody was talking about that one. Let's just go through the TBR. And we're also gonna go through this TBR with the understanding that I have no clue what these books are about, and that's how I like to go into thrillers. So it's not that I'm just like purposefully not telling y'all the premise of these books. I don't know, and I like to keep it that way. So we have Salem's Lot by Stephen King. Then we also have Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. Everybody, like I think sometime last year, was raving about Alice Feeney, and I have never read one of her books. So this is the one that I heard about the most, Rock, Paper, Scissors. No idea, but it's in the list. And then again, I was talking about If I Tell. I have no clue what this book is about. I saw it randomly on Amazon one day, and I just bought it. It's literally 179 pages. So maybe if I'm just looking for something quick to get through. Then we also have Survive the Night by Riley Sager. Everybody again has been telling me to get more into Riley Sager and his books. This is one that popped up on my TikTok a couple of times this past week. So, and then everybody was also talking about Hidden Pictures. I am ready for a heavy dose of mystery and thriller, and I'm sorry, I'm like taking off the sticker because every time I post videos of my books, everybody's like, sis, take the stickers off. Sis, shut up. No, that was aggressive. But like, also, I'll take the stickers off when I'm good and ready. Normally they don't bother me. I don't know why, like now all of a sudden today I've been wanting to take off the stickers, but oh well. And it left a little residue. Whatever. I'm not dealing with it. Then, I don't know if this is actually a thriller, but A Certain Hunger. I have been wanting to read this, but also really scared to read it, because apparently it's disgusting. Apparently she's a cannibal. Is she a food critic? I don't know. Disgusting. Also, The Writing Retreat by Julia Bartz. This one I've gotten more negative recommendations for. People have been saying that they didn't really enjoy it. I want to see for myself what the deal is, but I don't know. Then I also have First Line Wins by Ashley Elston. Again, people were also saying that they didn't really like this book, but I want to know for myself. So that's what we got. This is what we got. Let's see if we can get any of these books like on Libby for the audiobook, because I am an audiobook girly. I really wish I had not used my last Audible credit on a novel love story. Kind of upset about that. But let's check Libby to see if they have any of these audiobooks. I have this audiobook. It was on Libby, so I downloaded that, which is good. I always like to see like what audiobooks I can get a hold of, just because I feel like I read them so much faster whenever I listen to audiobooks, mostly because it keeps me focused for a lot longer than if I were to just like sit down and read it. And then I also have Don't Let Her Stay. I'll put a picture of it somewhere. I have that downloaded onto my Kindle already, and I have the audiobook for it. So that's probably also one. So I have 3 audiobooks, and then the rest are physical books, which is shaping up to be a good weekend actually, because I get through audiobooks pretty quickly whenever I have the physical book. I think the first one that I actually want to start is probably Don't Let Her Stay, because that's one that I've been looking at for a hot minute. So I think that's gonna be the one that we start with for this video, because I know that I can get through that one very, very quickly. Not necessarily a TBR, but here are all of my options for the weekend, because I want to give myself plenty of options. This is kind of, it's not necessarily a readathon, but it's just gonna be like a cozy reading weekend, because I don't have anything going on this weekend. Tyler is gonna have to work quite a bit this weekend, so I'm gonna be by myself in the apartment, which means plenty of reading time. So these are my plans for the day, for the evening. Let's just have a chill weekend in reading, and hopefully it'll be kind of aesthetic. Probably not though, knowing me, to be so honest with you. I took a fat little nap. Fat little nap does not really make sense anyways. And I'm listening to the audiobook now. I'm on chapter like 13 or something like that. And the daughter is making me want to punt her across the room. Like, I know that that's the point, and like that's her character, but it's giving very housemaid vibes, if that makes sense. And I just want to punt her across the room. The premise of Don't Let Her Stay is this woman, she has a husband and a daughter, right? And the husband, this is if you want to know. If you don't want to know, skip ahead in the video, and obviously you can skip it. But for those that want to kind of know like the starting premise of the book, she has a daughter and she has a husband. The husband's like almost 20 years older than she is, and he already has a, like he has a daughter with another woman, and the daughter is older. I think she's like 14, something like that. She's older, she's like a teenager. The daughter has not spoken to the father since the father got with the main character of this book. So like as soon as they got married, the daughter was just like, yeah, I'm out, I'm not talking to any of you guys anymore. And then randomly the daughter comes back like years later and is like, I want a relationship with you again, like I want to meet my baby sister, da 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 da. And so she comes and starts living with them. Poop hits the fan is the best way that I can put it. I do not like the daughter. No, because it's the fact that I thought she was 14. I thought the daughter was 14 years old with how she was acting. She's like 20 or 21, something crazy like that. Like she's at her grown age. And the thing is, look, I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil anything. And this is like super out of context, like, but if you've read it, you know what I'm talking about. The fact that you don't believe your wife is insane to me. I want, you know what I mean? Like, I'm so upset right now. I'm so angry because if my husband ever, not that he would, but like if we had a crazy child and my husband ever like gaslit me like this, I would be throwing haymakers left and right. Left and right. You know what I mean? This book is making me unnecessarily angry. I'm not even like thrilling. No, I'm literally like, I want to punt every one of y'all. I don't like y'all. Am I getting bamboozled? Oh, okay. I think I've caught up. I think I've guessed it. I think I've guessed it. Let's do a little bit of a reading update. It is the next day at like 7:30 a.m. I just woke up. I have a nasty sinus infection right now, so, which is great because I just had the flu a couple of weeks ago. We're live, laughing, and loving right now. I finished Don't Let Her Stay yesterday, and honestly, I enjoyed that a lot more than I thought I was going to. As you saw yesterday, I was having a little bit of difficulty reading it because I wanted to physically, I wanted to cause bodily harm to some characters, and to some degree I still do, but I thought that was pretty well executed for the amount of pages that we had. Like, it was a very short book, but it was done very, very well. I think I did guess the plot twist, so that was kind of cool. Go me. Like, I'd give the plot twist like a 3.5 stars because, well, that's not true. Probably a 4 stars. I'd probably give the plot twist a 4-star because there were layers to it. Okay, so let's go into the options for the next book. So the 2 physical books that I have a copy of, that I have audiobooks for, I'm just trying to read books that I have audiobooks for because I'm not feeling great, and whenever I don't feel good, if I can listen to it while I'm reading it, it just helps me understand it better and follow along better. But I just got my audiobook in for Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney. I literally just got the notification like 10 minutes ago. And then I also have the Writing Retreat. So I don't know which one I really want to read. That's the thing. I don't know anything about either of these books. Obviously, the Writing Retreat is going to have some kind of writing retreat, I'm assuming. Rock, Paper, Scissors isn't telling me much. So I don't know. Oh no, why is there a dog right here? I can't do animals and thrillers. I'm so afraid that something's gonna happen to the dog. Or the cat or whatever. Like there was a dog in Don't Let Her Stay. Oh my god, the dog from The Last Word by Taylor Adams brought the stakes up by like 100 times. If there was no dog, I would have been way more detached. I am 32 pages into Rock, Paper, Scissors, and a couple things to note. What is going on? Number 1, why I don't like anybody in this book so far, and that's on purpose. I think that's the purpose of these characters. And I actually have no idea where this is going, which I'm enjoying. I'm really liking that. I think I'm really gonna like Alice Feeney's books, depending on how these twists go, because so far she's like hinting the fall of this book being put on one person. Again, if you want to know what this book is about, then I'll let you know, but if you don't want to know, just skip ahead a little bit. The basic premise of this book is that this married couple, they're going to spend some time in Scotland in like this chapel, or like renovated chapel or whatever, because their marriage is like falling apart. They're basically like, they're going to get divorced, and this is like their last ditch effort to like save their marriage. We don't know why, we don't know, you know, what led up to this, and so we're getting a past and present timeline almost, where we're getting these letters that she was writing to her husband when they were engaged. So prior to them getting married, this is like a long time ago, we're getting those letters, and we're also getting like the present timeline, obviously, between her and the husband. I love the writing so far. The audiobook is really freaking good. I'm really enjoying it. Honestly, I did not expect to like this as much as I did. And I'm only 30 pages in, so it could change. I could be, you know, speaking very much too soon, but I wish I had my reactions to some points in this book, because number 1, there is a dog. That's just going to make my anxiety go all the way up here. My anxiety is normally like up here. When there's a dog involved, she's up there. She's up there. She's anxiety ridden. So not great, but I think I'm really gonna enjoy this. This is one that I could see myself like reading in one sitting, just because of how like the writing is. So good. It's so good so far. I did get like I said, I did get the audiobook on Libby, so I'm just going to sit here. Also, it's on Kindle Unlimited, and I can't decide if I want to read it on my Kindle. Right now, I'm liking reading it on the physical, but I might pick up my Kindle a little bit later on if I want to get more comfy. I'm just gonna sit here and read for a little bit. It's like 8:30. I had to vacuum the living room real quick because it felt kind of gross. So I did that while I was listening to the audiobook. We're just gonna crank this out because I'm really enjoying this. Now, what does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? Like, I can't say it because I don't want to, like, spoil anything, so I'm not gonna say it. But, what does that mean? Bro, what? Real. She literally just said, when my husband tells me to relax, it usually has, like, the opposite effect. And honestly, I can't think of a truer sentence. Let's do a little reading update. I am 76 of the way through Rock, Paper, Scissors, and I'm getting now to, like, obviously the end because I have 25% left. I have like 70 pages left, if that, and I think I've guessed the ending efficiently. I think I've guessed like the big plot twist, or one of the big plot twists. I'm still really enjoying it. I'm just kind of like browsing, or I was just like browsing on my phone while listening to the audiobook, because the audiobook, the fastest I can put it is 3 times speed, and this is definitely one that I could listen to on 3.5 times speed. So because it's slow, I'm finding myself like not wanting to physically read it, just because I read faster than 3 times speed, but I'm still like overall very much enjoying it. It's just like really interesting. I will say though, like my only issue with this book, the storyline is just like so choppy, because we're going back and forth between past timeline, a different POV, like all these different POVs, and then we have different timelines that we're going on because we're reading her letters, and then we're going back to reading like in the present timeline, and it's just like it's very, very choppy. And obviously like whenever you read thrillers, like you get that a lot. It's a past and present timeline, so you get the lead up and then you get the present to like where like all the action and stuff is, and so you get like, as you have questions, they get answered. I don't even know if that makes sense, but you know what I mean? Anyways, so I'm gonna finish up the last like 70 pages of this book. No shot. This is all, yo. I think this actually might be one of the best thrillers I've ever read. Okay, Stephen King is his own genre. He's his own category. Outside of Stephen King, I think this might be the best thriller I've ever read. This is insane. Bro, what? I think the last chapter really just confused me more than anything else. I mean, not really. What? Immediate 5-star. Immediate 5-star. I mean, that was ridiculously good. That was really freaking good. Like, that's just gonna be really difficult for any book to like rate higher than that. Genuinely, I think this is like one of my favorite thrillers I've ever read. So all the girlies that were telling me like, oh, read Alice Feeney, you would love her. You were right, and I should have listened to you sooner. I think that's the lesson that we're learning here. Because wow. Okay, I think the next book, because I really honestly just want to sit down here and keep reading, because I don't have anything else to do today, because I'm not, like I said, I'm not feeling great, sinus infection. I have Saving Noah on my Kindle, and I also have the audiobook for it. So I think I'm going to listen to Saving Noah now, because I can listen to it on Spotify. Oh, I also got The Maidens by Alex. I literally don't know how to say his name, but he wrote The Silent Patient. I also got that audiobook, so I could potentially listen to that as well. Oh, I forgot I don't have Wi-Fi right now. Dang it. It says it's 6 hours and 28 minutes long. So if hold on, let's do the math. If I read it for 6 hours and 28 minutes, I don't know. I don't do math. I should be done with it pretty quickly is the point. So maybe I'll get 3 books in today. Who knows? That'd be crazy. Reading 3 books in one day would be kind of cray cray. I am 10 pages in, and I already know this is going to be difficult to read. Oh my gosh. Okay, I've been reading for 39%, 100 pages. Is this a thriller? Or is this just like a really depressing, kind of disturbing story? Because I'm really confused. We're looking up the genre on Goodreads. If it loads, my Wi-Fi is out and I have no service right now. But there's literally nothing thrilling about this. This is just sad. Have I been bamboozled? This is Lucinda Berry, right? Somebody explain this to me, please. The first thing, it says thriller. I have 150 pages left. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and finish it. But like, this is depressing. It's not even like, in the blurb, it like says that it's, okay, so if you don't know what it's about, again, I keep doing this. If you don't want to know what it's about, skip ahead, but if you do, I'll tell you. So it follows this boy who confesses to having inappropriate relations to 2 7-year-olds that he was coaching, like he did swim lessons with, because he's a really good swimmer. And then he ends up going, and obviously like he gets like they press charges or whatever, and he, like, we're following a past and present timeline technically, like learning about him before. No, it's not necessarily past and present because we're in the present, but then she's having flashbacks to what happened prior. And then for now, we're having flashbacks to him being in the juvenile facility that he's in. The last sentence of the blurb is like, says, saving Noah, it'll keep you up at night long after you've read the last page, questioning beliefs you once thought were true. I don't want these beliefs to be questioned, though. No. I'm okay with having these particular beliefs fall where they fall. You know what I mean? This is a tough one. Don't know if it's gonna be my favorite. Probably shouldn't have started with this one. To be fair, this is where the Russian roulette of not like reading the blurbs of books before I read them kind of comes back to bite me in the butt. Because would I have read this book if I had read that blurb? Probably not. It's just not a storyline that, like, you tend to read most of the time. But we're here now. I'm almost 39% into it. I have about an hour left of this book, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish it. But this is crazy. Okay, I have finished Saving Noah. And listen to me when I say this. If you have not read this book, please read the description of the book before you start it. I don't recommend this for most thrillers, okay? Genuinely, I don't. But for a thriller like this, you might want to read that recommendation, or what's the word that I'm looking for? That blurb, babes. You really might. Sorry, I just had like a coughing fit and I'm crying right now. Anyways, that was disturbing. That was terrifying not terrifying, but terrible to read about. For these reasons, like a storyline like that, I'm not gonna rate the book, to be so honest with you. Would I recommend it? I think if you're looking for a story that is ridiculously sad, like kind of puts you in the mindset where it's like, what would I do if that were me? Because this follows a mother, her journey into trying to figure out how to still be there for her son after he's doing all of these, well, after he did these terrible things. And it's like he has remorse for it and he doesn't want it to live this way, but like, you know, you as a mother, like what would you do in that scenario? Wow. Not gonna be rating it. Like I said, I'm not gonna rate that. That was very difficult to read about. So for that reason, I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break from this specific video, and I want to read something that's just like fluffy and lighter. And I have Night Shift on my TBR, so I think I'm just going to have a little palette cleanser, read this, and then we'll probably finish this video tomorrow with some books that I have from the stack over here. I still have the Writing Retreat to read, so I think this will be the one that I read tomorrow. Anyways, like I said, after the reading today, I'm going to take a little bit of a palette cleanser. I'm going to read Night Shift, and then I'll come back to you tomorrow whenever we read the last 1 or 2 books for this video. So, bye. Alright, hi guys, good morning. It is now Sunday morning, so I'm thinking the last day of this video, so that I can start another one tomorrow. But I finished Night Shift last night. That was an interesting read. I'm not gonna do a full review here just because that's not the point of this video. I'll probably post one on my TikTok or something like that, but I did finish that last night, which, okay, I noticed this last night because after I finished Night Shift last night, I was going to start Everything I Know About Love by Dolly Alderton, and I was like, huh, I feel like I've been reading a lot today. Like, how many books have I read today? The answer was 4. After reading Night Shift, I had read 4 books yesterday. So I cut myself off. I did some writing last night, and then I started this TV show. It's called Your Honor, and it's really freaking good. I was really enjoying it. But I started that, and then I fell asleep. So yesterday was a really good day for reading. Then pan to today, I had one of the worst mornings I've had in a long time because I wake up, my dog, I guess she ate something that did not agree with her because she had pooped all in her crate, and it was like everywhere. It was all in her paws, and then like I came out of my room and she was walking around because my brother was staying over and he didn't lock the crate, so she just like, she walked out and she tracked poop everywhere. So I literally spent the past 3 hours deep cleaning my apartment, cleaning her crate, like all of it. I had to shampoo the carpets, all of it. So I say that to say I started the audiobook The Maidens while I was doing that because, girl, I was in the trenches this morning. I was in the trenches this morning. But I did get 40% of the way through The Maidens, so I'm on page like 134 out of 333, so like a little less than halfway. And I'm enjoying it so far. This one is a little bit harder to keep track of just because they're talking a lot about like Greek mythology and stuff like that, and I don't know anything about Greek mythology. I'm not a Greek girly. Okay, I'm not a Greek mythology girly, and so it's very, very heavy on that. If you love Greek mythology, this might be like the exact book for you if you're looking for like a thriller with Greek mythology intertwinings. So I think this is probably one that I'm going to have to read again in order to like fully understand. But I've been running around like checking with my head cut off this morning, so that could also be it as well. But I'm enjoying it. I want to finish this one. If you don't know what The Maidens is about, you know the drill. Skip if you don't want to know, but like stay if you do. And basically it boils down to we're following this group therapist, Mariana, I don't know exactly how you say her name. A friend of her niece goes missing and then turns up dead, and she thinks she knows who like it is that did it. She thinks it's one of the professors at the college that her niece and her friend are going to. And there's this group at the college, they're called the Maidens. That's where the name comes from. Anyways, there's this group at the college, they're called the Maidens, and the Maidens are like this like cult fan group basically of this professor that the main character is sure who like did this murder or whatever. She was a part of the Maidens. The girl that died, she was a part of the Maidens. And so it's like we're following Mariana because she's convinced that this guy did it, but nobody believes that he did it. We keep following Persephone is a big Greek mythology person that gets brought up a lot in this book. So if you know about Persephone, I don't know much about, I'm not gonna even pretend that I do. If you know a lot about Persephone, then this might be something that like would really, really intrigue you. So far, I'm not liking it more than The Silent Patient, which I'm really shocked because everybody was saying how this one was better than The Silent Patient. So I'm not getting that. Again, I think it's just because I don't like necessarily vibe with Greek mythology. But yeah, other than that, I'm enjoying it. I want to sit down and finish it because I have 60% of the book left. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to finish the writing retreat, and I think that's going to be it for today. Hopefully my dogs don't have any more bowel movements. Remember like 30 minutes ago when I said that I didn't know if I was enjoying this book because it just didn't hit as much as The Silent Patient did? And then I said that it might have just been because I was like running around busy trying to listen to the audiobook. Yeah, that's precisely what it was, because I've been sitting here reading. One, the chapters are beautifully short. Like this, I'm in part 3 right now. These chapters literally have not been longer than like 2 pages. And that's something that I needed in my life, and I didn't realize that I needed it, and I didn't realize that that was the reason, that that's all it took for me to feel infinitely better about this whole reading thing for today. But yeah, it turns out that all I needed was short chapters and to actually physically sit down and read, and all of a sudden I'm enjoying myself immensely. So the boys are on their way back from a couple towns over, so I'm just going to sit and read until they get back. They probably won't be here for like another 30 minutes ish, so I have 30 minutes to sit and read before we go and pick up some decor from my parents' house. So we're gonna see how much I can read the next 30 minutes, but literally these chapters make everything worth it. I can't like, and you don't really like realize it whenever you're listening to the audiobook because it just doesn't stop. But those blank pages like this literally make everything worth it. Okay, hey, hi, hello. It is now Monday. I did not film anything yesterday, I don't think. Maybe I started, oh no, I did start filming early, but I never like actually talked about finishing this book. I just finished The Maidens. I was cleaning earlier, and I finished the audiobook. And okay, so I know at the beginning I was like, I don't see me like really enjoying this, whatever. Don't listen to a single word that comes out of my mouth, because I absolutely love this book. Like, the same thing happened with The Silent Patient, and where it was like the first half of the book I wasn't really like loving it, I wasn't vibing with it, and then the second half of the book made me absolutely obsessed, and I love it. And it isn't necessarily that like the writing or anything like that, because I love his writing. I don't know how to say his last name, and I feel really bad, and I don't want to butcher it. I have a thing about like not butchering people's names. Respect? I don't anyways, I guess I wasn't expecting it to be like the same thing that happened. I thought I just was not going to enjoy it, but literally the second half of this book I loved. I had so much fun with it. Genuinely, that book is a 5-star read for me. And the thing is like, I don't normally have the like feeling where like after I finish a thriller, I never want to go back and reread them, because like the whole reason why I like them is because it's thrilling, you know what I mean? That is one. I could go back and reread The Maidens. That's not even something that I would like say about The Silent Patient. I wouldn't necessarily go back and reread The Silent Patient, but I would reread The Maidens. And that again is me not being a big Greek mythology girly. If you love Greek mythology and you like thrillers, I actually really think you would like this book. There wasn't anything where it was like super thrilling and like heart like stopping. Like, it wasn't crazy like that. The setting of it was unreal. It was so good. The vibe was so good, and it's more so just like mentally trying to put together all of these pieces. That's really all that it is. And it actually did have tie-ins to The Silent Patient. So I absolutely love this book, and I think this is where we're gonna end the video on. Would I recommend all of these books? I would say Don't Let Her Stay would probably be like a maybe. That's like a 50-50. I enjoyed it. If you just want a quick book to get off or to get for your reading goal, that's a really good one. Rock, Paper, Scissors, one of my favorite thrillers of all time. I absolutely love that. 10-star read, so freaking good. Saving Noah, I would not recommend to read it. Like, if you have kids, here's the thing, to be so honest with you, if you have kids, I would not recommend that book. I would simply say, if you're wanting a book that makes you hurt for other people, but in a way that's like, I don't know what I would do in that situation, or like, you know what you would do, but it's so difficult, and there really is no happy ending. Like, that book did not have a happy ending whatsoever. Like, the happy ending of the book wasn't, it made me feel so bad that I needed to pick up Night Shift by Amy Crown afterwards. So like, take that with what you will. I am definitely the kind of person that like, I can't do books like that very often because it'll make me depressed. And normally thrillers, like, I don't have an issue with those, but like, that was rough. That wasn't even a thriller to me. That was just like, dang, you know what I mean? I think that was obviously Lucinda Berry's. That was what she was trying to do. Doesn't make it any easier. So I can't in good conscience recommend it, but it's not a bad book by any means. Like, I would definitely say, if you're wanting to try it, read what it's about first. I would not go into that one blind. And then we finish with The Maidens, which, again, so good, so good. I wasn't actually going to outro this video because I was feeling so bad yesterday, but I went to the doctor's today. I'm about to go pick up my medicine, and I'm feeling a little bit better. So here is my outro for the video for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have read any of these books, what did y'all rate them? Like, let me know what your thoughts were on them, because I am really curious to see what you guys thought, because I feel like thrillers are so like personal. Like, they're just, you either love them or you hate them, and people typically have a lot of different opinions on thrillers, which I genuinely really like. So let me know what your thoughts were on any of these books or any other thrillers you guys think that I should read. And yeah, I'll see you guys in another video at another point. If you guys want to see my face on any other part of the internet or any other place on the internet, I have all my links in the description. As always, you know I always got you with that. And yeah, I will see you guys in another video. Goodbye.